I'm back out in the woods, guys. Back out for another solo hammock adventure, so I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are excited about it. I am having a little bit of trouble figuring out where to camp. And I'm not sure just yet if I want to be here or if I want to go somewhere else. I'm close to where I done my solo overnighter a couple of weeks ago in the bridge hammock. I don't want to go to the same spot because I just don't like camping in the same spot over and over again. So I wanted to go somewhere different. I'm close, but a different spot. But I am just not finding a whole lot of open space, trees that are far enough apart, or at least as far apart as I want them to be. Nothing's open, nothing's really flat, which doesn't matter too much in a hammock, but still, I would like a little bit of flat ground for my fire and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I can make it work. I just wished I had some better trees to hang from. I don't know. Okay, so I think I'm going to set up shop right here. I've got a tree over here and a tree behind me here. Neither are huge, but there's some decent distance between them. And I've got a relatively flat spot right here. I can't have my fire nearby, but that's okay. I mean, I don't want it too close anyway. I can have a fire down here. I can have a fire over here, so not too big of a deal. So I can make this work. I'm going to have to trim a little bit of brush and stuff around me just to open it up a little bit more, create a space for everything. So don't worry, I'm not killing any trees or anything like that. I just got to clear out some stuff and make it work. Oh, beautiful day. It is absolutely beautiful. The temperature is perfect. It's about 65, somewhere around there, 60, 65-ish. It is breezy. It is cool. It's going to dip down into the 30s tonight, so it's going to get sort of chilly tonight. And I came better prepared this time than last time I was out here. I froze last time, so I'm definitely better prepared. I brought my gathered in hammock this time. I had the bridge hammock last time. That way I can kind of compare the two, see which one I really like better. And yeah, have a good night planned. Before I get camp set up, let me go over my gear. I always like to show you guys what I'm using and give you the opportunity to ask any questions if you have any about it, and if you're just curious about the gear, whatever, and just kind of let you know what I'm working with on each trip. So let me show you the gear, then we'll get camp set up. Okay, so I've got a new pack for this trip. This is the Osprey Archeon, and I'm a huge fan of Osprey packs. I own 3 or 4 different Osprey packs, a day pack, 2 backpacking packs. I love Osprey packs. And I know I just recently got the Savata Yachary pack. I realize that. But when I noticed Osprey had a new line of more rugged packs, the fabric, it's all recycled fabric. It's like a nylon canvas hybrid type fabric. Metal buckles. It's a more rugged, heavy duty pack than most of their lightweight backpacking packs. And when I saw these, I had to have one. I'm a sucker for packs and gear. I had to have one, guys. Okay, so this is the Osprey Archeon, if you can see that. It is a 45-liter pack. It is super, super comfortable. And that's the biggest issue I was having with the Savata pack. It's a nice pack. It is super high quality. It's a little bit small for what I want to use it for. I got the medium. There is a large and an extra large, so maybe I should have went that route. But knowing Osprey packs like I know Osprey packs, I have a lot of experience with them, I just couldn't pass this one up. I wanted something more comfortable than the Savata pack, but still had that rugged, are you kidding me? Ruggedness to it. Anyway, It is super comfortable. It's got load lifters. It's got everything I expect from an Osprey pack. The only thing I do not like about it, I'm not crazy about so far, is there's no attachment straps on the bottom of the pack like all of my other Osprey packs. So you can make something work, but there are no attachment straps. That was kind of a bummer, but other than that, I love the pack. It zips down from the front. You can cram a lot of gear in here. You can access that gear easily. So far, I am digging this pack. So this may be my go-to pack from now on instead of the Savata pack. There's more room, and it's just more comfortable. That's just all there is to it. Okay, so on to the contents of the pack. On the sides, I've got my typical Gatorade. I have a large bottle of water in the other pouch, and in that pouch with my water in the pocket, I have a small titanium cup just for my coffee in the morning. Let's see. I'm going to do this quickly, and I'm not going to flash anything up on the screen like I typically do. I'll just put everything down in the description, so take a peek at that if you're interested in the gear or the name of a particular item, or leave me a comment, send me an email, whatever. I'm always up for answering any gear questions or any questions period. But yeah, if you want to know a little bit more, then yeah, just shoot me a email or comment down below. In this top lid pocket, I have my trusty gloves for wood processing. I have my fire kit. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about these Kifaru bags in just a few minutes because I get a lot of questions about those. Also in here I have my first aid kit. That is all that I have in the top lid. Okay, on to the inside of the pack. In this top mesh pocket, I have my hygiene kit, and I usually keep this in one of those Kifaru kit bags or pouches. I just decided to put it in a lock sack bag. The Kifaru bag was just a little bit overkill for this. I just didn't have enough to really fill up the space in the pouch, so I just moved it to a lock sack bag. My Ridgeline organizer for my hammock, my stake bag, and I am really worried about the contents of my stake bag. I'm really hoping I have my Ridgeline in here for my tarp. I had that awful feeling on the way over here that I was forgetting something very important, and I'm really hoping that's in here. And I already did forget something important, but I hope I haven't forgotten something even more important. I forgot my chair. I left my chair at home. I have nowhere to sit. That bums me out. I've got my hammock, no big deal, but I can't sit close to the fire in the hammock when it cools down tonight. So that's kind of a bummer, but anyway. All right, that's all in the top mesh pocket. Into the actual pack, I have my food bag. I have my little cooler with beer, with steak, a higher quality steak than I had last time, and I am super excited about that. I brought my titanium fry pan. I have never used a titanium fry pan. I've heard they suck, but I've had this for a while. I've never used it. I'm going to give it a go because I want to fry some potatoes to go with my steak. I have a beanie and a pair of gloves in case it gets a little... I'm a weenie when it comes to cold weather, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way. I'm going to admit it right now. I'm cold-natured. It gets a little bit cold, and I'm cold. So, yeah. I have my down underquilt. This is a 20-degree down quilt. I have my down jacket. I have my down pillow. I have my down top quilt, 20 degree as well. I told you I came prepared. I have a underquilt protector. I've never used an underquilt protector. So I saw this guy, I purchased it, I'm going to use it. So there you go. My ground sheet, my ditty bag, my tarp, my hammock, and this is a gathered in hammock, the Warbonnet Blackbird. I've got stuff falling. My plate, and a new item, a Boreal 21 saw. I like my silky saw, I really do. But I wanted something a little bit more robust, a little bit easier to use, hopefully. So these things are really well respected. So I got one, I'm going to use it. I have my cutting board for my steak and potatoes, and I have a canvas pouch that has my grill inside and also my small titanium mini stove, wood stove. And I believe that's it, guys. That is it. Over here I have my electronics bag with battery pack and lights and cables and camera batteries and all that stuff, but you don't need to see that, it's not important. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is my new pack and all the contents. So I'm going to go ahead and get camp set up. I'm not going to film the camp setup. I'm not going to film putting up the hammock and all that because it's kind of boring and it's kind of a pain in the butt to film. So anyway, I'm going to get camp set up. I'll be right back, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Alright guys, I've got camp all set up. I just took my time doing it, no big rush. But yeah, I've got the tarp up, but I don't have it opened up yet. I'll do that in a few minutes. But I decided not to use the underquilt protector. I just figured, why? I don't really need it. I just brought it because it was new, but I don't really need it. So I just left it off, and oh, we'll see how it goes. I am really regretting forgetting my chair. I am really upset with myself. I'm just sitting on the ground sheet. I didn't even bring my sit pad, my foam sit pad. I don't even have that much. So, yeah, no chair. But, I mean, I can sit in the hammock, but I've got it all zipped up trying to keep bugs out and all that stuff, so. Oh, but we are in good shape. Very good shape, and it still feels awesome out here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It is beautiful. Beautiful blue skies. Nice. I'm hoping I'll see a few deer out here. Haven't seen anything. I've heard some stuff. I don't know if it was deer or what it was. Maybe just fallen limbs and leaves. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully here in a little bit we'll see some deer. While I was just sitting here doing absolutely nothing, I thought I would show you guys a couple pieces of new gear. I've always got new gear, guys. Always. I mean, every trip I'm probably going to have something new. That's just me. I'm a gear junkie. I buy gear. So yeah, pretty much every video could just be titled new gear. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to. But anyway, I got this ferro rod, if you can see that. A big fat ferro rod with a nice wooden handle on it. I'm getting more and more to where I like to use a ferro rod. It's something I've just been practicing more and more lately, and I've just got to the point where that's kind of my preferred fire making method. So, and I've had this small little ferro rod, a little cheapie that I got from Amazon. I've had it for a few years and I've used it a lot and it works fine, but I just wanted something a little bit bigger, a little bit more robust, something I had a little bit more control with. So I bought this off of Etsy, Kurth Craftsman, and I'll put a link down below and some more information. But I've used it a few times at home, just you know, just starting a small fire out in the driveway. Basically just igniting something, not actually a fire. So yeah, but yeah, I love this thing so far. I can't wait to try it out or use it some more here in a little bit when we get our fire going and start prepping our food. And I also got a new sheath. I use typically my Mora Bushcraft Black, and I've always hated that plastic sheath. So I got a new sheath for it, and I'll see if I can show this to you, or if you can see this. This is a leather sheath with a ferrule rod holder on it. I've got a piece of shock cord holding it in place, and this is the ferrule rod that I had before that I kept in my ditty bag. So I just put it in here, and I'll put a link down below where I got this. I think it was Ben Outdoors or something like that. Somebody I just found online. But anyway, it's a very nice sheath, very affordable, very inexpensive, so but very good quality. So yeah, so if you're looking for a sheath for one of your knives, check into it. Alright, so before it gets too long in the day, I am going to go ahead and start gathering some firewood, at least enough for dinner. We'll just collect a little bit here and there, but I'm going to try to get the bulk of it done right now, and then we'll collect some more here in a little bit if I have to. So let's get some firewood. Let's go. Alright, I'm taking a break from firewood. I've been going for about 45 minutes to an hour, I guess. I'm tired. I've got plenty now, at least for dinner, for cooking my food, because I got to start a fire, let it burn down to coals, cook my steak and my potatoes. But I will definitely need more firewood for just my campfire later tonight. Man, I'm hot. Even though it feels good out here, I've been working. I'm hot. Alright, so I'm going to have to go clear out an area to have my fire. I'm going to have to clear out a spot regardless, it looks like. And it is just 3:20 right now. So I've got a little while, well, maybe a couple hours. I don't know, I'm pretty hungry. So maybe not that long before I have to worry about dinner. But I'm going to go ahead and get that taken care of. And then it's smooth sailing from that point on. Oh yeah. Started keeping a piece of Tyvek in my ditty bag just for if I want to do shavings or something like that, I've got somewhere to collect them. And now I'm going to take my Mora and I'm just going to prep some shavings. I'm still a ways off from having a fire, but I'm just going to go ahead and start preparing, get all my stuff ready. And I've mentioned you guys before, I'm no magician when it comes to shavings and feather sticks and things like that. Actually, right now, I just want some shavings. I don't care what they look like. And I can scoop these all into my flame when I've got it going. Easy peasy. Alright, so my fire area is prepped and ready to go. So all I've got to do is strike it up, get it going, let it burn down. We'll do that shortly. And then we'll have some dinner. While dinner is cooking, I'm going to enjoy a beer. An ice cold, well, I don't know about ice cold, but hopefully coldish IPA. Voodoo Ranger IPA. It's become my new favorite, pretty much. Whew. Yeah. This trip, for whatever reason, has seemed like a lot more work than my trip from a couple weeks ago. Oh, firewood was harder to collect. Where I camped out earlier, or a couple weeks ago, it was a more ready-made campsite. I've camped there before. I'd already kind of had it prepped and ready to go. There was quite a bit of firewood around, some that I had already gathered and placed there for later use, and or it just needed to be cut up. Here, even though we're relatively close, I had to do a lot of clearing, finding wood. Just not as easy this time, but it's been fun. I'm not complaining. It's been fun. Okay, so before I get on with making the fire, I've been over there making some shavings out of a fatwood stick. That's what I'm going to use as my ignition source to light up the fire. Then I'll add the wood shavings, twigs, sticks, so forth, and let it all burn down to coals. But before I get on with that, with making the fire, I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the Kifaru kit bags, or Kifaru pullouts. And I mentioned earlier in the video when I was going over my gear that I was going to talk about these a little bit, and I almost forgot about it. It just hit me all of a sudden when I was over there doing that. But I get a lot of questions about these little kit bags. And these are called Kifaru pullouts. And they're made by Kifaru. You can find these online. Just do a Google search for Kifaru pullout. And I have used these as my kit bags for 2 or 3 years. They come in different sizes. This is the small. I use a large, if I can get it here, as my ditty bag. So there's a small, medium. I don't have a medium right here or right now to show you, but there's a small, medium, large, extra large, and a mega. I do not own the mega. I own all of them up to the extra large, and I rarely use the extra large. Occasionally I'll use it as a food bag, but it's just bigger than what I have a use for. And definitely the mega, I have no use for the mega. I mean, it is massive. But you can find these on the Kifaru website. These are, I believe, 500D Kadura fabric, YKK zippers, great stitching, great quality. I mean, Kifaru makes awesome products. I mean, super high quality gear, and it's expensive. These little kit bags were expensive. I don't remember the price off the top of my head. I'll put it down below or on the screen or something. But they do make a more ultralight version that's seal nylon if you don't need something quite as robust as these. But these will last forever. I mean, they can stand up some abuse, but I mean, if you're relatively easy with them, you don't kick them around and stab them and things like that, they'll last for a long time. They're well worth the money, so you'll definitely get what you pay for with Kifaru gear. So again, I get asked about these all the time, and you can get them in different colors. I have green, I have a gray one over here that's a small like this that I use as a first aid kit. Just a different color for the first aid kit, that way I can go to it, I know which one it is, so forth and so on. So yeah, I believe coyote, gray, green, black, maybe some sort of camo. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've been on the site and I've looked at them, and yes, they are a little bit expensive. You can buy them individually, you can buy them as a set, you can pretty much pick and choose how you want to buy them. I mean, you can buy a couple smalls, a couple larges, however you want to do it. So yeah, just check out the Kifaru website, check out the Kifaru pullout. They are awesome kit bags. Fire kit, first aid kit. I used to use one as a hygiene kit. I don't use that anymore. I use one as a ditty bag, and sometimes I'll use the large one as a food bag. So if you're looking for some sort of organization, some way to separate and organize your different kits that you carry, or whatever you want to use them for, they're awesome bags. So pouches, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, so I just wanted to take a minute, go over the pullouts because I get asked about it so often. But check them out, guys. I have nothing to do with Kifaru. I'm not sponsored by Kifaru. Kifaru didn't send me these. I paid for these with my own money, so I recommend them, but I don't care if you buy them or not. So let's get this fire rocking. I'm getting hungry. I'm ready for beer. I'm ready for steak. I'm ready for potatoes. So let's go. All right, I've got my big fat ferro rod, my Mora. I've got a few fat wood shavings here. Let's strike them up. Alright, so I'm going to let the fire do its thing. I'm going to start prepping my potatoes. Got my titanium cook pot. And you know how in my last video I mentioned I was no cook? I'm no cook, guys, really. But I'm willing to try. I've never made fried potatoes before, but I'm going to try. And we'll see what happens. Oh, another new piece of gear I forgot. I got a knife. A focus on that. Opinel, however you say it. Number 8. just as a food prep knife. Oh, let's cut some taters. That thing is sharp. And I almost cut my finger right off the bat. Cutting board, steak. Let's get this bad boy ready. A juicy ribeye. It's kind of small, but it's definitely a cut above what I had a couple weeks ago when I was out here. All right, let's dip into the spice kit. Salt, pepper. I didn't even bring any steak sauce this time. Just salt and pepper. Let's get this bad boy on the grill. My little mini grill. All right, our food is done. That delicious plate of gorgeous food. If you can see that. Steak, potatoes. There we go. Oh, oh, it smells and looks delicious. The potatoes are not bad. They're not great. Actually though, they're pretty dang good. I didn't think they were, I got one that wasn't cooked all the way through, but those are dang good. Actually, I'm surprised. They turned out pretty dang good. That steak is killer. Killer. Man. Goodness. I thought that last steak I had was good, and it was good. It was just a, cheaper cut of steak, but it was good. That is freaking awesome right there. Oh my gosh. I'm smacking, I know. Sorry. Mmm. Mmm. That is killer. Killer. That is good eating in the woods, guys. Good eating in the woods. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off. Chow down. I'll be back. Fire is going. I went back over and got the fire built back up, so just our regular campfire is ablaze. Starting to get a little bit cooler now. I don't know the temperature, but it's getting a little bit cooler. Not quite jacket time, but pretty close. So I'm just sitting here enjoying my beer. I'm still on my first beer. I just had a lot of a lot of stuff to do with the cooking. Let me turn this headlamp off. I don't need that. But yeah, it is quite dark out here. You can't tell on camera because I've got a LED light mounted to my camera. It makes it look a lot lighter than it actually is, but it's pretty well dark outside now. So it is 6 o'clock. It's been a very peaceful, very enjoyable night. And I cannot stress how good that steak was. I devoured that steak like a grizzly bear. I mean, like a person who hasn't eaten in weeks, like it's the apocalypse and I've not tasted a steak in years and I finally get my hands on one. I just absolutely devoured that steak. It was so freaking good. But yeah, that was good. And I don't think it had anything to do with my cooking or my cooking techniques or anything like that. It was just good steak. So I lucked up and I cooked it perfectly, or at least perfectly for me. So it was just a touch over medium, not burnt, not too done. So it was killer. It was good. So yeah. Well, that's just great. I moved over up against a tree. As soon as I put some weight on it, the tree's about to fall over. It's cracking and popping. If I push hard enough, I can just push it over. Finally found a little back support, and it's about to fall over. Something I never really do, guys, is I never really mention social media. And I do have a Red Cloud Outdoors Facebook page and Instagram page. I never really promote those, but I do use those. So I usually post some pictures of, you know, like today I posted a picture of my new backpack and that I was headed out. So I do post some things on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, if you've not looked me up on the social webs, then look me up and try to find me, like the pages, follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff. I'm not a social media, you know, somebody that really is into that kind of stuff. But I do like to, at least for, you know, the channel, I like to do some things for the channel, post some photos and different things like that. So look me up, facebook.com/redcloudoutdoors and instagram.com/redcloudoutdoors. I think. Search me. I don't know. I'm just leaning up against my tree. Actually, I pushed the dead tree over And this is just a stump behind me. So, yeah. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it's better than nothing. I just threw some more wood on the fire, so it's going pretty good. I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting on the ground up against a stump. It is pitch black out. I'm listening to the crickets, having a beer. My second beer, I've got one left. I am just enjoying the night, guys. Enjoying the night. It's 6:30. It feels so late, and it's not late at all. I mean, if I was home right now, you know, it would feel like it was super early. But out in the woods when it's pitch black and nothing else going on, nobody else around, it feels like it is so late out here. I mean, I keep thinking I'm going to crawl into the hammock and go to sleep here pretty soon, but I mean, I've got a couple hours really before I even think about going to sleep. So yeah, it's crazy. Alright guys, I'm under the tarp. I'm about to crawl in the hammock. I'm just going to leave the camera outside. I'll show you the hammock in the morning, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, the fire is burned down. There's still some flame there, but not much. All my beers are gone. I'm watching some YouTube videos, but I'm going to do that from inside the hammock now. So I'm going to turn in, guys. Hopefully I won't be back up at 5 o'clock in the morning like last time because I'm cold, but I don't think that's going to be an issue tonight. So I'm crawling in the hammock. I will see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning, guys. I am up. It is, what time is it? 7:30. Well, I stayed warm last night. Relatively warm. I got a little chilly earlier this morning. Started feeling a little bit of coldness on my butt and legs and feet, but overall, coldness was not an issue, not like last time. My biggest issue last night was I just couldn't sleep. So, it had nothing to do with cold. I just couldn't sleep. I woke up at 3, somewhere around there, and I just could not go back to sleep. So I just got up. Well, I didn't get up. I laid in the hammock and I just turned my phone on and I watched several YouTube videos. Finally fell asleep again after that. here I am now. All right, it is coffee time. I've got all of my coffee and breakfast implements sitting over here. I'm going to start out with my Toaks cook pot. I'm going to fill it full of H2O. Actually, I'm going to use my smaller cup to measure. I didn't realize this one didn't have any measurements in it, so that goes in. Alright, I've got this container, just a little metal container, and inside I have freshly ground coffee. So the coffee, well, actually I'm going to boil my water and then I'll dump the coffee in. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So let's boil the water. We'll add our coffee to it and we will make some delicious coffee. I don't think I've ever crawled around on the ground as much as I have on this trip. I've stayed on the ground. I'm absolutely filthy. I've sat on the ground, pretty much laid on the ground. My back was hurting last night. And I just kind of like laid out on the ground, propped up on one elbow. I'm filthy. I'm sure the inside of the hammock is filthy too, but never again will I forget my chair. I will make a point of it. My tin with coffee. Dump it all in. Pretty good, pretty good. Hot. I've got my water on for my oatmeal now. I'm hungry. Well, there's some coffee and what appears to be a leaf and a stick. Oh well. In she goes. Okay, it's oatmeal time. I dug the small stick out. There was a little leaf in there, but I'm not too worried about it. Just a little tiny scrap of a leaf. This is strawberries and cream. It smells delicious. I ripped a hole, I don't know if you can see, I ripped a hole in my jacket at some point. Probably last night or early this morning when I couldn't see good and I was tromping through the woods, gathering up a little bit more firewood. I just stuck a piece of duct tape over it and hope for the best. Kind of bums me out. But it's a cheapie. It's a cheap Amazon down jacket. It's awesome. I mean, it really is. It's awesome. It's a Hawk & Company, I believe, down jacket. But it's been fantastic. Alright guys, I'm breaking down camp, or at least a little bit. I'm not in a huge hurry by any means. So, just a little bit here, a little bit there. I hate breaking down camp. But, I'm just kind of enjoying my morning out here. I built up the fire a little bit more, even though it's probably not a good idea. But I've just been enjoying sitting around the fire, so I need to just let it burn out and be done with it, but I'm having a good time. Alright guys, I'm all packed up. Got the pack on, fire's out. It is time to go home. I've had a good time. Hope you guys have enjoyed. We will be back again soon, somewhere doing something. I don't know what, but I'll be back soon. Thanks for tuning in guys. I'll catch you next time.